Hi, and welcome to this edition of Tiger Broadcast. I'm Madeline Stouffer.
And I'm Erica Milligan. On this edition of Tiger Broadcast, the seniors will give their advice to the new freshmen.
We'll also hear the story behind a life-changing event that happened in Lee Summit High School's life this past year.
All this and more on this edition of Tiger Broadcast. Many new traditions have been introduced into Lee Summit High School. Madeline Stouffer and Lauren Legan fill us in.
I love the renovations. I think it's awesome. I have really seen a difference just in kind of the attitude because everyone is super excited about the new stuff.
The renovations, however, are not the only new additions to LSHS.
LSHS is a huge building with so many teachers and a huge student body. So being a part of Senate has helped me kind of make a community for myself.
Catherine Hobbs joined the Tiger family as a history teacher and soon took on the challenge of being a student Senate sponsor.
Now I have a great co-sponsor, Ms. Pearson, and together we're an amazing team. And the officers for Senate do a great job. They're on top of everything, and their creativity and their good work ethic. It's really created an environment that's pretty low stress.
Well, the newest thing in Student Senate is probably our two new sponsors, Ms. Pearson and Ms. Hobbs, and they've done a fantastic job so far. It has been so fun working with them.
Sponsors aren't the only new additions as Senate aims to create new traditions.
We have a lot of new things in Senate. I think just right off the bat with this school year, we're doing toilet talks, and then the other thing would be for homecoming, we're doing a Mr. and Mrs. Spirit contest, which is basically during Spirit Week, the boy and the girl who showed the most school spirit will be crowned at the homecoming assembly.
Whenever clubs try to create traditions, obstacles become inevitable.
I think the greatest challenge will be trying to get the student body as involved as we want them to be. It's not impossible, but it'll definitely be a challenge.
As Senate overcomes these barriers, a legacy is sure to follow.
We all just really want to try and have our legacy be that we tried our best and tried to make the school a better place, and I hope that we can.
Looking forward to what Senate has in store for this year. I'm Lauren Legan. Kevin Holman has touched a number of lives here at Lee Summit High School. This past year, he himself had a truly life-changing event. Prosperity Roddy brings us this next story.
When you walk into the doors of LSHS, you can't escape the smile that Campus Supervisor Kevin Holman gives. On May 5th, 2016, his life changed when he had a heart attack that led to other serious complications.
I actually had open heart surgery, and they ended up doing 4 bypasses. They took a vein from my left leg. I had a staph infection in the incision a week after the surgery, so that required a second surgery. They discovered that the sternum bone, your chest bone, wasn't touching, so they had to do a third surgery to tighten the wires.
Many watching this story may think that what happened to Kevin only happens to those who are considered older. After doing some research, it turns out that heart disease, which is what Kevin had, can and cannot be prevented.
We learned that atherosclerosis, so the process of plaque buildup in the heart arteries, is really a lifelong process. And some of it has to do with who your parents are. Those things we can't do anything about. I like to say to my patients, I can't control how old you are, I can't change your parents, but there are things that we can't control.
If you don't manage your weight now or your cardiovascular fitness, that as you age it becomes harder to do that, and then over the years it can have a devastating effect.
The effects of Kevin's heart attack forced him to make some drastic changes.
Really watching what I eat. I'm doing some cardiac rehab. One of the surprising things is in my job I walked 5 to 7 miles a day, so it wasn't inactivity, that brought this on.
But the biggest thing is that he is healthy now, and we're really proud of how he's come through all the surgeries.
The life and death event has Kevin appreciating what lies ahead of him.
Well, hopefully stay chasing kids up and down the halls for a while. I have 3 grandkids and a 4th one on the way, so I'd like to be around a long time for them.
The experts also gives us a word of advice of what we as teenagers can do now to take care of our bodies.
Create those good habits early, choosing well, eating appropriately, moving a lot, exercising, and just never even start smoking. And if you do, be done with it.
I think what's really kind of exciting is the Pokemon Go now. People are getting out of their house and they're walking around. So just find ways to get yourself active.
Reporting for Tiger Broadcast, this is Prosperity Roddy.
Most of the time, Tiger Broadcast stays in Lee Summit, but this time Jared Newell takes us overseas to Great Britain to fill us in on the EU referendum.
England is a country known for the royal family, Big Ben, the London Eye, and much more. Over the course of the summer, however, it's been in the news for something else, the Brexit. On June 23rd of 2016, the United Kingdom held a vote on whether or not to leave the European Union, a collection of European nations including France, Germany, and Italy. The vote split the citizens of the country by a vote of 52% to 48%, those voting to leave winning out. Secondary student and UK citizen Owen Bergen recalls the night of the vote.
The 23rd of June was not a nice night, especially not being able to vote the result, especially considering how many young people weren't able to vote or voted to remain.
Sarah Holleran, mother of 3 and UK resident, sides with Owen on choosing to stay within the European Union, but for different reasons.
My stance on the EU referendum is I'm definitely a Remain, and I'm extremely disappointed that we've come out. I don't know how Little England is going to be able to compete with the big countries in order to get our trade.
While Owen and Sarah were disappointed with the leave vote, Robin Gray, the branch manager of the Christchurch UK Independence Party, had other feelings.
Well, of course, I campaigned to bring about a leave vote, and I was absolutely delighted that despite the scaremongering and the propaganda and the lies that were told by the people who wished us to remain in the EU, the majority of the British people decided they'd had enough.
The future of the country is currently up in the air, but Robin is staying positive.
The UK is a free, independent country, democratically run once more, will be a powerhouse of innovation, cultural exchange, and leadership in the years to come.
While it's easier for Robin to see the upside, Remain voters are still worried for their country's future.
I hope going forward that the government can, do something in order to make it beneficial to us.
I'm not really sure, and that's one of the worst parts of it, because no one was really sure what would happen if we left, and that was a big reason that I wanted to stay.
Political votes like the upcoming November election here in the United States can completely change the country and even the world. It can change the economy, the political climate, and even trade with other countries. Either way people vote, it's important to stay well informed. This is Madeline Stouffer signing out for Tiger Broadcast. Many freshmen are nervous about coming into high school. Cam Brigham shares some advice the seniors gave to our new freshmen.
I'd probably say my biggest fear in high school was I was going to get lost a lot.
And I was most worried about, I was most nervous about when it started raining because you don't want to ride with having for class. I was worried about
probably feeling like pushed around by the upperclassmen. Yeah.
Every year, incoming freshmen have millions of thoughts and worries running through their head. But never fear, these 3 seniors are here to help.
Go to the sporting events like the football games because they're always fun. There's a lot of people there. And do the cheers that they go with in basketball, and just go theater, go to the plays. Just try to do as much as you can while you're here.
Find your niche. Like, find the place where you feel at home, whether it be sports or theater or choir or book club. Just find the place that makes you feel like you.
This year is the first year that academics really matter. It's super important to keep your grades up and to make sure that you are trying your best, because the grades will follow you through the rest of your high school career.
Get involved. Don't just not do anything in high school. Try to get involved and meet new people, because it makes it more fun for everybody, and you can just have fun with it. And go to the school dances because they're fun, and you can just party.
That's all I got.
Signing off from Tiger Broadcast, this is Cameron Brigham.
You often hear about dedicated Tiger football fans. However, you probably haven't heard about the one behind the lens. Erica Milligan and Jacqueline Berry bring us this next story.
But I want to be simple with this. I want people to be able to enjoy the photographs.
Community photographer Fred Posey has been taking pictures of LSR7 sporting events for the last 10 years. Many of you most likely have seen his photos, but don't actually know who he is.
Since 2005, Connie and I haven't missed but maybe 2 games altogether in that amount of time.
His wife Connie is the one who had the idea.
Actually, Connie started the whole thing because they asked her first.
2 senior moms came running over to me and she said, would you consider photographing our team? We'll pay for everything. Sure, but can my husband do it as well? That's all it took.
During the football dinner at the end of the year, we would take all the photographs, thousands of photographs from each year, and just pile them up on the table. The football players and their parents, they'd all go over there and they'd go through all that, and it was really kind of a highlight to be able to get to all their pictures and stuff like that.
As with most things, it wasn't long before they had to change with the technological times.
About 2008, I think we probably bought our first digital camera, and then I had the problem of what am I going to do and how am I going to get the pictures to the parents, because that's what I wanted to do. And so I started a website, and it's called Photo Reflect, and I was able to put those pictures out for people to buy, okay? And I had them at like $1.99 for a 4x6.
However, Fred's website isn't the only place you can find his pictures.
Here's the thing. I want the players to have those pictures too, okay? And those players, some of those players can't afford it, okay? And so I started putting a light watermark on it. And they're free to use any photos they want to because it's advertisement for me every time they use one. So students can, they can take one of them off of Facebook and put it on theirs or whatever they want to do.
Connie and Fred love taking pictures at the games and have no plans to stop doing this anytime soon.
We're both in our early 60s and we don't look it, we don't feel it. It's fun to go out and jump around.
I plan on doing this as long as I can. I enjoy it. It will probably come a day when I may not want to do as many games as what I do now. But I want to continue doing it.
Signing out for Tiger Broadcast, this is Jacqueline Berry.
Thanks for watching this edition of Tiger Broadcast. For packages, short films, and more, go to www.tigerbroadcast.com.
Or tweet us at TBTV8Tigers. Once again, I'm Erica Milligan.
And I'm Madeline Stouffer. Thanks for watching.
But I want to be simple with this. I want people to be able to enjoy the photographs.
Have our legacy be that we tried our best.
My job, I walked 5 to 7 miles a day, so it wasn't inactivity, that brought this on.
I'm not really sure, and that's one of the worst parts of it, because no one was really sure what would happen if we left.